So today I want to touch on us as Afro-descendant people and what civilizations we claim within the continent of Africa. So this camera is a little different, so if it seems off, that's the reason why. What up, African world? It's Team here, and I'm back at it with another video of African history, culture, and worldview. And if you like my videos and want to support, you can do so on patreon.com. The link is in the description box below. So a while back, Ancestry.com updated their results, and I never really got around to it, so that's why I never really did a video. But I thought it would be like a really good opportunity to talk to you guys about, the updates to my ancestry. And so while I was going through my results, I said to myself, what civilizations do we claim as Afro-descendant people, collectively? So I kind of wanted to touch on that and give you updates on my results as well. So here we go. All right, guys, so here are my updated results. Here we go. And I'll put like a little picture for you guys so you can see, on the screen. So it says Benin, Togo, 42%, Congo, Southern Bantu, 24%, Ivory Coast, Ghana, 17%, Nigeria, 5%, Mali, 4%, England, 4%, France, 2%, and Norway, 2%. And so these results like slightly differ from my old results. My old results were like, I think it was Benin, Congo, and then Nigeria, and now it's Benin, Congo, and like Ghana. So to be honest, I think Ancestry kind of like merged the Nigerian samples with Benin, Togo. I could be wrong, like I don't know, but it seems as though they might have done that. And then like the Nigerian sample that they do have, maybe it comes from a different region in Nigeria. I don't know. I could be wrong. Definitely correct me if I'm wrong. And but yeah, it just seems odd that it would like drastically change like that. But I never really trusted fully like, Ancestry.com when it comes to like pointing out African countries in particular, because those countries are like artificial essentially. So, but I agree with like the overall results, and if you like tally it up, I believe it's like 92% African and 8% European. I didn't like do the math. I just did quick math or whatever. So yeah, correct me if I'm wrong with that too. But yeah, so like, it's incredibly like validating for me because I always had a connection toward African people, African culture, African history in general. Like I've always like felt that, and Ancestry pretty much just validated that for me in general. So it's not really a surprise to me. So that leads us into our next topic. All of us within the African diaspora, we come from West and Central Africa. If you're from North America, South America, or the Caribbean, if you're of African descent, the overwhelming majority of us come from West and Central Africa, right? So I thought that, all of us, we had this idea when it comes to claiming African civilizations that, we primarily focused on West and Central Africa. But I began to see that, there was a lot of diversity of thought. Some people claim West and Central Africa, and then, they sort of stay there. And other people within the diaspora, we just sort of like claim all of Africa. And I don't know if we really like ironed that out as far as like what we claim as Afro-descendant people. I really did think that there was more sort of a unity of thought when it came to, how Afro-descendant people looked at Africa. And, all I'm just saying is that, we need more of a foundation because historically speaking, it's been sort of imposed on us that, hey, you guys can only claim this part of Africa, West and Central Africa, that's it, you can't do anything else. But I think it's important for us within the diaspora to decide, what we claim and not allow that to be dictated by, people outside our community. Because, people tend to have like rules and regulations when it comes to African history, African people, and Africa in general. But then for the rest of the world, not so much, right? For example, like we don't really bat an eye when Hollywood or, the white community within America, they find connections with or claim, Greece and Rome, even though we all know they're primarily descendant from, the tribes and ethnic groups of Northern Europe. And to be honest, like, from an ancient Roman and Greek perspective, like they had very dissenting opinions on, the Northern Europeans, historically speaking. And in many ways, they denigrated their society and the people of Northern Europe. Like they literally went out of their way to make it very clear that those people in the North are very different from themselves. And in many ways, they view them as less than, like I mentioned before. So, many times we don't really highlight those facts, but it's there. Like, the evidence is very clear. We in the diaspora have to be the ones to tell our story collectively, or agree upon our story collectively, or at least more in unison. Now, that's not to say that we have to be inaccurate, but all I'm saying is that we have to take ownership of our story. We have to take ownership of that narrative in general. So I think in order to do this, we kind of have to break Africa up into its many different language groups, because each language group sort of developed its own unique civilization. So the different language groups of Africa tend to be like the Niger-Congo, Nilo-Saharan, the Afro-Asiatic language groups, and I believe the Khoisan has its own group as well, but we're gonna leave that out. So of course, I can only speak for myself, and that's why it's important for us to, really iron this out for ourselves, because I don't think we really worked this out, as I've mentioned before. So me, as a descendant of West and Central Africans, I lay claim to those West and Central African civilizations like, Mali, Benin, Ashanti, Congo. I lay claim to all of those civilizations. And I don't feel like any other people or group of people or ethnic group, whatever, can take that away from me, because, as you can see from my DNA, it definitely validates those stories. It validates that history. So me personally, as a descendant of West and Central Africa, I lay claim to all those civilizations. Now, when it comes to civilizations that I connect with and not necessarily claim, those tend to be the Nilo-Saharan civilizations, like, the Songhai Empire or the Songhai civilization, Kanem-Bornu, and things of that nature. So I don't claim those civilizations, but me personally, I connect with them. And claiming and connecting with, are slightly different things. Now, I personally don't claim or connect, to be honest, with any of the Afro-Asiatic civilizations like Ethiopia or any other Berber civilizations, because I just feel like the Niger-Congo and the Nilo-Saharan civilizations just have a lot more similarities, especially because of my studies in African history and my research. I look at Niger-Congo civilizations and Nilo-Saharan civilizations, and I just see so many similarities, like I said. So I just find more of a connection with it. Now, I don't know if those similarities are legit or not, but that's just me personally. Like, for example, you can't tell me that the Songhai Empire or the Kanem-Bornu Empire don't have similarities to other West and Central African civilizations like Ouagadougou and Mali, which are Niger-Congo. So to me, like I said, I just don't really have any evidence that they're related, if you will, at least in the way I'm talking about, but I just feel more connected with them. And for me, the term Afro-Asiatic is inherently problematic, because there doesn't seem to be anything remotely Asiatic about it. From my understanding, the language groups within the Afro-Asiatic language group or whatever, all of them developed naturally within Africa, and I think there was just like one branch, the Semitic, that branched out into, the Middle East or the Levant region. So, and definitely correct me if I'm wrong, but like from my understanding, I think all the languages within that group developed naturally in Africa. So I'm not really sure how you can define the whole group as Afro-Asiatic, if you will, because there isn't anything Asiatic about it. So, I mean, that's just me. So now when it comes to ancient Nubia and the Meroitic civilization of the Kushite people, a lot of people within the community have been going back and forth on, what language group they come from, because scholars aren't really sure, and they've been going back and forth themselves. But apparently that debate has been settled, I guess, at least by one scholar, and he says that, hey, we've established that the Meroitic civilization, the Kushites, they spoke a Nilo-Saharan language, so they're from the Nilo-Saharan language group. So to be honest, I don't really know, man. Like, I'm really interested to hear what you guys have to say, because I know a lot of us connect with the Songhai Empire, or even claim the Songhai Empire, and they're apparently a Nilo-Saharan group. Some people debate that still, but for the most part, the Songhai are a Nilo-Saharan civilization. And so how can we, as descendants of Niger-Congo people, claim this Nilo-Saharan civilization in West Africa, but not claim any other Nilo-Saharan civilizations, whether it be Kanem-Bornu or even Kush, apparently from this one scholar. So to me, that's kind of where I have my own personal dilemma. You know, I can't connect with, you know, Songhai and Kanem and not connect with Kush either, because I have a tendency not to really connect much with the Eastern African civilizations. That's just me personally. But if Kush is Nilo-Saharan, you know, that would definitely like change the game, right? But at the same time, you know, language groups aren't sort of like designated to a certain area in Africa, so they can move throughout Africa, and historically they have moved throughout Africa. So I don't know, it's a very layered and complex issue, and I think we have to ask ourselves as descendants of West and Central Africans, like, hey, you know, do we just stick with the Niger-Congo civilizations and not claim or connect with anything else within Africa? Or do we, you know, spread our wings a little bit and, you know, have a more Pan-African approach, if you will, and sort of connect with those other civilizations and or claim even those other civilizations? Because Africans historically, yeah, they've definitely interacted with each other and influenced each other. So like I said, you know, it's very, very layered. So if we are to claim other civilizations outside of that Niger-Congo spectrum, then, you know, we have to decide like what it's gonna be. So that's just me, man. Like, I really want to hear what you guys have to say. I'm really interested. I think it's something that we really had to iron out and work out, like I've said many times. And so yeah, man, just let me know, because I think if we really reject all the Nilo-Saharan civilizations and just stick in our sort of Niger-Congo lane, if you will, that would take us on a very strange journey, and I don't know if we would want that. And so, like I said, it's important that we decide that for ourselves and not allow that to be dictated by others outside of our community, because they have their own contradictions, they have their own issues to deal with, if you will. So let's stick in our lane and understand us and our story for ourselves and define it for ourselves. And I think that's very, very important. So definitely let me know. Let's iron this out. And I'm looking forward to having dialogue with you guys. If you like these videos and want to help out in its continued production, you can do so on patreon.com. The link is in the description box below. Know thyself. Remember your ancestors. Peace.